Alright, what's up guys, it's KOSDFF here and welcome to December 7th vlog. Today's vlog is going to be a little bit different because I spent the entire day setting up my command center and like cleaning up my room and getting unpacked. It'd been about a week since we got here and I literally was still living out of boxes because I've been running around trying to handle everything and get everything set up. So I spent the whole day like unpacking my command center and setting up everything so that I can get back into recording and just, you know, cleaning my room because it was just littered with little styrofoam balls and empty Amazon Prime boxes, just literally everything. I was just living out of like in a trash can. It was pretty bad. And really I was just waiting for the internet to get set up, which is actually a funny story. I have to tell you guys this because I'm just shocked that one, this is a product that is offered, and two, there is just such a massive difference between like what internet service you can get depending on where you live, even though they have fiber lines in almost every city now. So as you guys know, we are getting gigabyte internet set up at the house and we're all stoked. We're gonna have 1 gig up and 1 gig down. We just had two 300 by 300 lines in New York, so we were pretty stoked to have even more internet. We were just gonna flex online with our massive bandwidth. But one small detail escaped us through my trip to Xfinity, through the entire conversations I had with them, through reading through their contract. One small detail just completely slipped my grasp. Nobody noticed it or thought to bring it up. When we were buying 1 gigabyte internet, that meant we were only buying 1 gigabyte download. Now to me, I heard 1 gigabyte internet, I'm like, alright, well the upload's gotta be comparable because there's no reason to have a 1 gigabyte download without like a pretty superior upload as well. Nope, these guys sold us a 1 gigabyte download and a 35 up, which is completely mad because there's absolutely no reason you need that much download and only have that much upload. There's just no possible feasible reason why you would ever need that. And even when they came to install it, they're like, yeah, this is the first time we've ever installed a gigabyte internet. They didn't even bring us our router. They had to bring it the next day because literally they had never done this kind of install ever. When a house with 7 to 8 content creators, 35 upload will just not do. So we instantly started looking for other options, and I'm talking to Comcast Business, by the way. I'm talking to like their business guy that handles all their business connections. He was like, no, that's a coaxial connection. I'm just like flabbergasted that they even sell a 1 gigabyte fucking coaxial connection. And I was like, no, I need fiber. And he's like, all right, well, we don't even handle that. We have to transfer you to our fiber division and it's gonna be like some ridiculous cost. And I was like, all right, whatever, put me in touch with them. I was like, I just had 2 fiber lines, 2 300 by 300s. It can't be that much. And we're willing to pay a little extra for good internet. Nope, these motherfuckers hit me with like, all right, if you want a 600 by 600 line, which is what we had in New York when I was kind of like bringing up what we were looking for, he was like, that'll cost like $2,500. And I was like, what the fuck? It cost us like $300 back in New York. And they're like, yeah, even though we have fiber lines here, that's how much it costs, and that's what it costs like everywhere in your area. So if you work for an ISP or your dad works for an ISP and they want to know where they can make a shit ton of money, tell them to come to Atlanta because everyone down here is getting robbed with their coaxial bullshit connections. They have the fiber lines down here, but they're selling it at like the most ridiculous price ever. I can't believe like the difference between New York and here in a fiber connection is literally thousands of dollars. So my morning began jumping on that crisis, and of course I called them up and I was like, alright, we don't need this gigabyte download and 35 up, because 35 up is the most they can offer through a coaxial connection at all. Like no matter how much download we buy, 35 is as much upload as we can get. So I was like, alright, well we don't need the 1 gigabyte connection because that's just a fucking waste. This is the most retarded product ever. You would never need that. And even the guy on the phone was like, yeah, that's kind of stupid to not have that, you know, not have a comparable upload. There's just no point. And I was like, well, duh. So I ended up like working a deal with this guy and they're selling us 4 separate coaxial connections. So there'll be 4 modems in this house. Each one of them will be like a 250 down, 35 up, and we'll have one just basically for every 2 people in the house. So we'll all have good internet. We'll all be on separate internet, which is actually kind of good for our streamers that get hit offline. Plus there won't ever be too much traffic on any one connection. So I'm going to have one in this room. I think Dylan's going to have one for him and Fuya. And then Chaos and Sharp are going to share one. And then there'll be one in the basement for Crispy and Teddy and the videographer, whoever ends up down there. So that was pretty much how I spent the first like 3 hours of my day, was handling the internet crisis. Because right now we have everybody uploading on one connection and it's kind of shit. We have Ethernet cables running all over the house just like we did in the old house. And it's something that we really didn't want to have to do this time. We were going to like hide the cables, but sure enough we're here back at the house, and there's Ethernet spiderwebbed all across our really nice house. So it's actually really good that we're gonna have 4 separate connections and we won't have to have, you know, cables running across the hallways anymore. But as soon as I was done with that, I began the epic process of unpacking, setting up my entire command center, putting together some more furniture because I still hadn't put together my TV stand, which I have done. The only thing I haven't put together is the decorative dog cage that I bought. I have no idea why I bought it. I don't even know where I'm gonna put it. I was thinking of putting it like right here, but Marble's to the age where he can just run around. Like, he doesn't need to be in a dog cage anymore. So I don't know really why I have that. I might move it down to the living room maybe if we're down there hanging out and we want to eat and he's like all the way up in everyone's faces and we want to put him somewhere where he can't move. I guess we'll use that. So yeah, today's vlog is gonna be kind of like a tour around my command center because I literally did spend about 8 or 9 hours of the whole entire day putting together everything, setting everything up so I can finally get back to work. My TV showed up, the 4K TV showed up, the curved one, so that was really cool. I got that all set up, the TV stand, which was actually more difficult to put together than this entire desk. This entire desk, although did take me forever, its pieces are huge and it made putting it together like pretty simple. Alright, well I already kind of showed you my desk. Let me kind of back up to kind of give you like a full shot of my command center area. This is the cubby hole that I've made for myself. And it's actually really sturdy, so I was able to put everything on it. It doesn't wobble, and it's actually quite nice having so much space. I basically made the same setup I had in the New York house, except for without the plastic tables, and a little bit smaller, a little more compact, so that I can spin around and kind of get access to everything. So the first thing I set up was my monitor stand on here. So I tried to do a little bit of cable management, to be honest, with this kind of desk, with everything kind of out in the open and it not being mounted on a wall. I kind of had to have some cables exposed, but for the most part, I made it where it's like a, you know, kind of manageable. So, you know, I put, you know, spools of wires on there so they're not just sitting on the table. This is probably the only really tricky thing is I hooked up my Elgato to the back of this beam so it's not just hanging. I tried to, in almost every situation, to try to hang the wires up and then have them coming back down. So I'll probably put some more like zip ties to like clean this up, but right now I'm still kind of waiting on some stuff. So if you might have noticed, I don't have the top 3 monitors on. I went ahead and abandoned that because I'm not going to do the 2 computer setup, which I used to have. To be honest, this computer was so badass that I can render 2 videos on it faster than I could using this computer and my other one, which is still down there and still needs to be fixed. We're probably going to give that to the videographer or just have it as like an open command center that anybody can use when they come by the house. We also have all of Joey's shit and we haven't heard from him what to do with that. So we have like 2 computers that people can use when they stop by. And we do actually have a whole lot of visitors like plan to come to the house. So there's going to be a lot of people stopping by. But no, my plans for this is I bought an extra wide monitor to go over here. It's kind of like a 4th monitor just to give me some more like workspace. I'll probably just put all my streaming stuff up there when I'm streaming. And for this side, I bought a 24-inch smart TV so that I can watch TV at the same time. A lot of the times I just like having background noise. So I don't even like watch TV really. I just listen to it and then it's really just Netflix and I just like repeat my favorite shows. So this top beam will get used eventually. And the next thing is really just like my sound setup. Although I have this like pod thing that I still need to set up, I have a second mic that I'm eventually going to try and use it. I'm just so like dead set on my ways of using this old Mackie mixer. But the really only cool new thing with this is that, you know, I've got my mic over here. I ordered a new pop filter. I used to have these like screen pop filters that came out, but they're always like super annoying and they never really stay in place. So I bought like the actual foam like thing that just goes on top of it. But unlike the other setup, I installed a second mic here. So a lot of the times when I'm streaming, I usually have someone join me. Usually one of the roommates will kind of like watch me stream or just watch whatever game and just kind of like hang out when I stream. Because I like to have people from the house come and hang out with me, especially when I'm trying to do like a really long stream. But a lot of the times I noticed from watching the stream replay is you couldn't really hear them so much when they were like really far away if they were like back here playing with Marble or something. So I set up my second mic over here that kind of extends over that can be like used to generally pick up whoever's sitting in this area. And it extends out pretty far, so I can, you know, if you were sitting here, you can like actually talk in, and it goes into the same input as my other mic, so it'll just be like us both talking to that same mic. Alright, down here I have my computer, so for the first time ever, I opted in not putting my computer like on display above on top of the desk. Every single command center I've had since, you know, I started setting these damn things up. I always put the computer on top because I like to look at the lights and, you know, just to look at the computers is usually pretty cool. This time I opted for like, I guess, a sleeker look, and I put it under the desk, and I put it on this piece of wood that came extra. So I put this entire desk together, this entire thing. That's not even all of it. If you guys didn't know, I have this extra 2 bookcases back here I couldn't fit anywhere. There was this one piece of wood that was left over. I have no idea where it was supposed to go or, you know, what to do with it. When I was actually putting together this desk, I had to put this part of it together, just, you know, guessing because the booklet was like not in the box. So I'm hoping it's not supposed to go somewhere over here. I mean, everything works and, you know, it doesn't like sway or anything. But yeah, there was an extra piece of wood and I've got my computer on there so it's not sitting right on carpet. Here's Marble's little area. Whenever I'm like hanging out on my computer, just chilling, he actually comes in there and sits and like naps right there. So it's kind of cool that he has a little cubby area that he gets to hang out in. But yep, I have my consoles over here. I got everything plugged into the AverMedia. I tried to hide the wires a little bit, which is kind of nice that, you know, there's like, you know, an actual back to this desk so you can't see it as much. But yeah, I just got the wires hidden over there. Then they have the printer. There's my file cabinet if you wondered where I put that. And there's the old computer, my drone case. And then here I've got like all the wires. Now I threw away so much shit when we moved. Literally bags of like extra wires of every electronic I've ever bought. And I had kept all that shit. Well, I finally threw it all away and I've been whittled down to this drawer. If you guys didn't know, your command center is often measured in the Radio Shack it takes to support it, meaning all the different wires and connectors and everything you need to like set everything up. Down here I just have like extra light bulbs, the jump starter, and this is my camera bag and some other random stuff. And up here I just put random stuff in the cubby holes, to be honest. I was just putting stuff anywhere. I think I have all my cleaning supplies in there. Yeah, I have all the different like Glade plugins and Febreze and Clorox wipes and stuff. I went ahead and got a safe here at the house. We've never had a safe and it's bolted to the desk, so if you guys wanted to steal my safe, you'd have to steal this whole fucking 800-pound desk. Good luck with that. We've never had a safe here at the house, and I feel like we have a pretty good cause to, you know, put our valuables in here if we're all traveling at once. So this unlocks. And then right now I just have my grill in here, my passport, social security card, and my handgun. I almost want to get like a huge stack of ones and just make some fake bands and put it in there because, you know, there's no reason to really ever have cash, but it just looks cool in a safe, so I might have to do that eventually. See, there's Marble hanging out in this little cubby hole. He's actually really cute. I put it under there hoping he'd actually sit down there when I was like, you know, hanging out. He actually really likes it down there because he gets to be near my feet. He's always trying to mess with my feet. He was always trying to sneak into that little area in my old desk. Now he's got a little bed right where he wants to be. Alright, and over here, it's just I kind of like set up the rest of my stuff. Here's kind of like my nerd bookcase of all my like video games, Blu-ray movies, collectibles, Star Wars stuff, Judge Dredd stuff, just random things. Then I have all my law books and just some other random crap here. I put all my Ninja Turtle stuff on display up there simply because I wanted to look at it. It's ever since I got that stuff, I put it instantly into a box and I've never got to look at it. And I had nothing else to put up there, so boom, Ninja Turtle stuff. And then down here I made kind of like a drone headquarters where I can charge everything and just like have a place to put it. Instead of having to take it in and out of that suitcase all the time, which is what I had been doing, now I can just put it here. And pretty much the only other thing new I added was this giant wall of sound dampening stuff. Now I kind of fucked up like 2 or 3 of them, but for the most part, I think I did a pretty good job of making it this epic square. And if you back away from it, actually it really makes the command center look pretty cool. Because we have carpet, it's not exactly as necessary as it was in the old house. The old house was all wood floors and everything would echo no matter what you would do. So we really had to buy a whole shit ton of that to make it where we could record and our voices wouldn't echo. And my room still echoed no matter how much I put up there. But because we have carpet here, and this little, I guess, area right here has a little bit lower of a ceiling, and I put up this massive wall of sound dampening, and a lot of the times I talk in that direction because that's where my mic is. Hopefully we'll have eliminated all the echo. Actually, tell me in the comments below if it's echoing in this video. I'll probably be able to tell in editing, but it's always good to hear what you guys think. But yeah, I think when I'm over here, it's significantly less echoey. And to be honest, it just looks really cool. Half the reason why I want to set that up. When I did it last time, I did it with push pins, and it looked really ghetto, and then I saw Crispy do it with like spray-on glue, and he went and got like cool colored ones, and I was like, oh man, that's so fucking cool. Well, now I has it, so I copied him. Alright, and pretty much I spent the rest of the time setting up the other half of my room. The only thing that's missing here is my bed frame. Funny story with that, they sent me the headboard and marked it as delivered, and I was like, what the fuck, you just sent me a headboard, this, you know, there's the whole rest of the bed, where is that? So I hit return, and you know, I wanted it to be replaced, figuring that they had forgotten and only sent me the headboard. Of course, the rest of it showed up the next day later, so I had to ship that shit off. So now I'm awaiting the delivery of the exact same bed. It should be here in a couple of days, and I'll get that set up. But yeah, I got some lights, you know, for the next to my bed. I got some new sheets. I'm really just waiting to put all this stuff on until I have my bed frame because I want it to look cool. But I went with gray this time. Marble's had a few accidents on my bed comforter, and although I know you can just wash that shit, once something's been peed on, I don't know, man. Like, my bed is my sanctuary. That's supposed to be a place I go to for zero stress and to unwind and just be awesome without having to sleep on someone's piss or fucking Marble's piss. So I just throw that shit away. So I got some new sheets. I spent way too much money on it, but yeah, like I said, man, my bed is important to me. So right now there's a combination actually of 4 different bed sets that I've had in the past, because Marble keeps peeing on shit and I keep like changing it up. I have the brown sheet from like the original time I went. I think I got all my stuff at Bed Bath & Beyond. There is the black comforter that I got in law school. There's an Afghan that my mom knitted, and then the pillows are like a combination of like 2 different bed sets. But all that will be changed as soon as I put my bed set together. But this is the last thing that got delivered today, and it's a 65-inch curved 4K Sam Samsung TV. I got it at Cyber Monday for 50% off. Only paid like $1,000 for it. When these things came out, they were like 4, 5, 6 grand. I really wanted to try one out, and I thought they were pretty cool. Even when they went down to like 2 grand, I was like, still, that's too much for a damn TV. Because even the one downstairs, I only paid $1,000 for it. Like 2 years ago on Cyber Monday, well, I made a fucking return this last Cyber Monday and splurged a little and got me a curved TV. I also spent like a couple hours putting together the TV stand below it, but as you can see, I really fucked up on this one. Right here, I accidentally leaned on a spot I wasn't supposed to and cracked that right there. Despite that one kind of fucked up piece I got together, you know, that's probably the only piece of furniture out of everything that I've put together in the last few days that I actually screwed up. But it looks pretty sick, and when I actually have my, you know, bed frame together, I'll actually, you know, have a grown-up bedroom suite for like the first time ever. And if you guys didn't know, I'm one of those people that goes to sleep to watching movies or TV, pretty much always movies, and I like fall asleep to it every time. So I decided to kind of spoil myself and up my sleeping game. And now I can fall asleep to watching the curved TV, because I used to watch the little one that I put in my bathroom. Marble's been having fun chewing up all the little pieces of everything that's been falling out of all the boxes. I had vacuumed, just to let you guys know, for this video, I vacuumed. Then at the last second, I decided to put my TV stand together, because I was like, alright, I can't do the command center video and show off my room and just have the TV sitting on the ground. So I took like an hour to put together the TV stand, and I got fucking styrofoam on the ground again. But I'm about to hit it with a vacuum again right after this video, and it'll scare the shit out of Marble, because he runs and hides from the vacuum because he's scared of it, because he's a little baby and he's scared of everything, aren't you, Marble? Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog. I know it was a little different, not typically a vlog where I kind of showed you what I did all day, but really, this is what I did all day. Was I set up my command center, did all the wiring, got everything set up, and it literally took me all damn day. But now I'm finally moved in, I'm finally set up to like continue my life and get things back to normal and everything. I have to say I'm pretty proud of my command center, how it is. It took me a lot of effort and a lot of money to get it set up the way I want. But yeah, I feel like the next 2 years I'll have a lot of fun making videos over there. And although I showed you guys everything in like 15 minutes, no, this is the product of like 2 days of work. And getting it fully operational was like the better part of the last 8 hours. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog. See you guys tomorrow. Oh, I forgot to show you just all the boxes it took to get me here and to pack all my shit. This is what's left from my move-in. Somehow I gotta get all that shit to a dump.
She got that rich girl LA vibe. She ride it good like she worked it 9 to 5. Fancy is